Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand? An essay. That means facts and logic.
Okay.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatarasuna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person.
Okay.
I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
Well, he's probably right.
Okay, but...
Did one of them just mention Tatarasuna? But that's all the way in Inazuma!
Which is really interesting within itself.
Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here's just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
Yeah, but it might. I think she's right into this regard a little bit. It's very unique for them to go all the way to Inazuma when there's so much content for them here already. But people are always intrigued by what they do not know, and that's probably the case.
Great! Let's go find out what this Tatarasuna mystery is all about.
Sure? Version of Genesis. Part 3. I have no idea what quest this is about. Like, I don't know what's going on, but we're doing it.
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Well, looking for me?
Oh,
Hi.
you're the traveler, you say?
Hello. What do you mean, home?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
If you don't believe me, I'll go. That's fine. You don't need me, clearly.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
That's fair, I suppose.
Oh, so what, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking.
What have I? Okay.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be able to tell us about Tatarasuna?
Maybe?
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
I see.
Yeah, but I know people who could probably answer that question.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because
Well.
even Inazumans don't know much about Tatarasuna's past. But who'd have thought that...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatarasuna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background.
Okay.
This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why?
Oh,
Well,
Katsuragi.
no one knows. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Okay.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kind of fishy to Paimon.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow! Did I get lucky!
Oh?
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out.
No, do you?
It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the Government Records Office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago.
400 years ago. Okay.
Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
What?
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in the story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Well, yes.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last
Oh.
practitioners of Ishin art.
Okay.
Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Which is?
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer, this is by far the most.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the kabuki mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Okay. Now we're getting somewhere.
A puppet?
The Shogun puppet that the lecture archon made should be ruling Inazuma with her as we speak. It couldn't be her. No, but there is another. The kabuki mono has to be the paladin. But what was he doing 400 years ago in Tatsurasuna?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Don't say a thing.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
In a way.
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Author Sawada. Extract 1. A man arrived at Tatsurasuna around 3 in the afternoon. From afar, he spied laborers walking along the mountain roads to the factories. their shoes scuffing along the jutting stones. I don't know why that's important for your book, but okay. They walked like people convinced that so long as they reached the fire raging in the mountain's belly, they might extract from it, gems beyond price. The mood that the sight inspired was infallible. Ineffable? Ineffable? I don't know why that word bothers me. Whatever. Beyond mere description for those not present to witness it, the man barked a cheerful greeting and sprinted to join the procession. There, a towering character stood half a head taller, greeted him with a heavy slap on the back, and yet his words were filled with respect. Do my eyes deceive me, Sir Miyazaki? I cannot think that the return trip here from Inazuma City could have been easy on you. Miyazaki smiled like a young man taking the first steps on their journey, expression relaxed. For Katsuragi, Inazuma is the realm of the almighty Shogun. I sailed upon the fastest ship, strode upon the swiftest sea routes. What dangers could I have possibly faced? What about the good news? There were some, naturally. Two burst into uproarious laughter, roughhousing with the other workers until the pass end. A young man dressed in a linen shirt and wearing a headscarf gazed into the dancing flames of the furnace before him. Now the flames of a forge were unlike any other, but their intensity affects the resulting integrity of both metal and blade. So too, then, was the flame watcher an unusual individual. At his fingertips sat a lizard, and on his face he wore a smile. The workshop was huge, and the furnace was deeper within. A reasonable person might think that there should have been many working alongside the watcher, yet he stood alone. Only when Katsuragi and Miyazaki strode into the room did the watcher turn. This watcher was Niwa, armory officer and administrator of Tatsurasuna. Born to the Niwa clan, which served as one of the three pillars of the Ishin art, Niwa never argued with his siblings and was a worthy successor by all accounts. The post he received as a result of his high standing with those in power served as a statement unto itself. Miyazaki handed a well-bundled text to Niwa as he adjusted his expression and said, "It is as you have said, sir. The elders of your clan in the city do not think highly of our plan. Yet I still believe it to be worth a try. As such, I have found the proper vendors and procured the materials that you have requested." Niwa studied the text and nodded. "We should try some of these new forging techniques, whether Katahara says yay or nay." Katsuragi frowned, and with a sigh he said, "Forging is a precise and difficult undertaking. You know this better than most, sirs, and still you seek improvement each day with terrifying drive. Should my lord Nagamasa hear this, the sourness in his face shall be hard to miss." Niwa smiled, replying, "And how goes the forging of your lord's great blade, Katsuragi?" Katsuragi neither wanted to shame his master nor lie to his two friends, and yet he could not think of any way to deflect, and so groused, "I see your ears are as keen as your hands, Sir Niwa. The jokes of us unlearned men are as nothing before you." Miyazaki hid his grin. Upon hearing this, Niwa released the lizard from his hand into Katsuragi's palm. But just as words were to be exchanged, someone came walking nearby, their footsteps light with the celerity of youth. The head that peeked in was round and, in the light of the fires, looked like an oiled jewel. What? The young man placed some boxed food at the side, and nodding, he prepared to leave. Katsuragi called out after him, "What about your share? Aren't you going to eat it?" The young man, upon hearing those words, found himself slightly at a loss. After a while, he answered, "Very well, I'll try it." "You are welcome to the food. We all eat the same fare, after all," Niwa said. The man nodded and left, seemingly deep in thought. I don't know where this is supposed to be going. Sippy. If this is supposed to be a research documentation, he's certainly making it out to be a lot more of a book, adding unnecessary details and such. Interesting. The kabuki kimono was by the coast, Sunset fell to the accompaniment of darkness. Bands of twilight showed themselves not, for in their place stood thunderclouds royal, grumbling and omens of coming rainstorm. Darkness filled the flash of the sea, and the dusk bade the clouds to kneel upon the land. Its supplication mirroring the kabuki mono, when knees bent and face pointed toward the waters. None passed that way, and none knew what he was waiting for in silence. Time passed, unmeasured and unaccounted, till a black cloud suddenly tore free from the sky and began to circle the kabuki mono, bearing down on him like a nightmare. Though he was not aware at first. After his studying gaze was refined by time, he understood. This cloud had marked him from the very start. Outbound, a fishing boat drew near, the lights of its bow flickering in and out of sight beneath falling sheets of rain. A mist unspoiled across the area, stealing sight from the fisherman. Repeatedly he exclaimed, It is but dusk. How are my eyes darkened? Is there anyone that can deliver my boat upon safe tides? Like a falling spear, the black cloud reached the bottom of the boat and was joined in its breftness of direction. Like a charging beast, they plunged into the shoreline. Scant steps away, the kabuki mono stood idle, slanting his head to study the grand wreck. Not but half an arm was left of the ones who had cried out for help, and with a plop it landed at the kabuki mono's feet. He crouched about to study the object, straining against the urge to take a bite out of it. What? Yet he did not, for the dark cloud swirling down had already picked the remnants of the ship clean. Bugimoto stared at it blankly, like an awakening dreamer. When he returned to himself, the clouds had scattered, as if they had never been there at all. As for the ship, it had been struck down by a storm. Who knows? Not even the kabuki mono. My phone didn't get a notif, but my iPad did. I think the notifications are a little bit weird on Twitch because I don't usually get them, even though I have notifications on. It's like a 50-50 chance. But hi, Dumpster Bunny! How are you? Hello, hello. We're doing some lore diving? I don't know what it is, but we're doing it. And I have no idea where this is supposed to be heading. To copy later. Got it. Extract 3. Katsuragi rushed to the doorway and shouted, My lord, things go ill at the furnace. I have searched for Sir Niwa, but there is no trace of him. And much time has passed since Sir Miyazaki left to seek aid, but he is yet to send any missive. Look, Mikoshi Nagamasa turned slowly, his face grave as one attending a funeral. He spoke then, his words heavy laden. I wish not to say such words, Katsuragi, but Sir Miyazaki may never return. Katsuragi peered past Nagamasa's broad, stiff shoulders beyond the windows. The clouds above boiled in waves of black, as if darkness now was the only weather. It might even morph into an abyssal beast and devour Tatsurusuna whole. Over 9 people had already perished. That was why Katsuragi recoiled as if struck. Yes, it was coming back now, in dribs and drabs. That was why they had to set out to seek aid. Weird. Miyazaki had been the first to set sail. The clouds had only just begun to form then. Traveling from Tatsurusuna to Inazuma to ask for support was normally no great feat. And yet, there had been no sign of his return. Then a second ship was sent, followed by a third and a fourth, till the Kabukimono himself had departed upon the tides, under foul skies and ominous fortunes. It had been Katsuragi who had brought him back and treated him as his own, and it pained him greatly to see the lad go. Yet the situation in Tatsurusuna was severe. Even should they sacrifice more lives, it would have been worth it to gain assistance from Inazuma City. I finally finished an outline event in IFA! Nice. I'm glad. Did it go well? Was it pretty decent? Zippy. Miwa was gone, and none could find him. Afterward, Nagamasa led a search party into the mountains and the area around the furnace, all to no avail. Both began to wonder if Miwa might have encountered an accident, but worry soon turned to suspicion, and they wondered if he had fled, unwilling to bear the sin of having caused these incidents. The people grew ever more suspicious, and Nagamasa himself strained against his discontent and fury. His face had grown to resemble the rumbling clouds above. Suddenly, a figure flashed by. Their presence did not go unnoticed by Nagamasa. He drew his blade and cut, though he only nicked the silken veil the intruder wore. For a moment, they swayed, and then like a marionette pulled by strings, they moved behind Nagamasa, laughing darkly. Are you seeking someone, my lord? Miwa, perhaps? Nagamasa bellowed in fury. You dare address Sir Niwa directly? Yet the figure parted like mist before his falling blade, only to re-materialize beyond reach, but not beyond sight. A ghastly apparition indeed. Was it you who slew my people? Nagamasa howled and charged, held back only by Katsuraki's desperate grip. As his senses returned to him, he realized he was but an inch away from falling into the furnace. It seems that the rest of his work remains unfinished. From the existing text, however, it is apparent that this is a novel of fantastical, colorful sensibilities, born from an imagination well utilized. I don't think I quite understood this. If you're supposed to be trying to write like a research paper here, home dog, unless you're just not and this is your actual writing, like what is the story supposed to convey? Something about the clouds, the darkness, the storm, the Kabukimono, and Niwa. Those are the important ones.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
I bet yours is gonna make much more sense. I'm sorry to assume. But I'm going to also, I'm back to 54 pulls and hungry are real. Nice! Very nice. Oh, more reading. Listen, I read all the time, whether it's book, manga, manhwa, donhwa, whatever you call them, under the sun. But sheesh, I am actually out of drink, so I'll be right back. Let me go grab some more. Wah! Oh, no. Brief analysis of possible events of historical importance in the Tatsursuna area. Details. This text belongs to a series of works sponsored by the Bahumana's Veil Cutter project. It is yet to be numbered. Akaba. Okay? Abstract. The Tatsursuna area has always been a major pillar of Inazuma's smithing industry. 2 incidents have occurred here, and the details beyond the first are vague at best. I believe, however, that there might be a hidden history behind the events that transpired. Hence, this paper will attempt to analyze what may have unfolded from the available data. Glossary. Tatsursuna area, Raiden Gokudan, Hikoshi Nagamasa, and Kabukimono. Introduction. This paper continues and expands the work of my mentor, Mr. Rumi, in his report on the happily hidden tales of Tatsursuna, and has attempted to further this avenue of research. According to the data, the blade forging techniques of Inazuma were originally handed down from the Electro Archon, also known as the Raiden Shogun. Using the arts they inherited from their archon, the people of Inazuma devoted themselves to the process of forging. However, strange rumors that do not quite fit the steely nature of the metalwork yet linger about Tatsursuna, which was central pillar of the forging industry. There, the Mikoshi and Niwa clans, along with an eccentric puppet, serve as the three windows of insight we need to investigate the truth behind what happened. Alright. Body. Strange notes from the Tatsursuna area. Their contents are as follows. 1. Perhaps I overstep, but I think that Sir Nagamasa's mood grows better when he forges blades. The obsession to cleanse the stain of the name Mikoshi must eat at him. Also, Sir Katsuragi discovered a nameless eccentric while patrolling around Nazuchi Beach. 2. The inspector bought a certain number of jade steel ingots. Sir Katsuragi discussed matters of smithing deep into the night with the vice armory officer. 3. We at last made a single nagamaki. We call it the Daitarara Nagamasa. Daitatara Nagamasa. Alright. The inspector was in a high spirits and the vice armory officer. Nozumu. I can read, guys. You know what? Let me put my glasses on. I think my eyesight's getting worse. I can read. I swear. Okay. Now we can see words a lot better. That's crazy. It's almost like I need reading glasses. Don't get stabbed in the eye. Chat. My biggest word of advice. You can never see it again. Nozomu was so taken by the beauty of the Datarata Nagamasa that he drew a picture of it. And he performed a sword dance with that wandering eccentric. 4. And we could not find the eccentric. The inspector flew into a rage and slashed Katsuragi. What? The great blade cut deep into the flesh, cast his own Nagamaki into the furnace's flame. Nozomu could not abide by that order, and he drew the completely melted weapon out of the furnace. He was horribly burned. 5. Nozomu died that night. Oh, wow. Interesting. I dare say that while Sir Katsuragi may have committed malfeasance, it was out of the goodness of his heart. 6. Kinjiro hid the Nagamaki in Nozumu's drawing in the arsenal. Nagamasa is harsh, but also knows right from wrong. But even so, he is not amenable to reason. His name indicates one obsessed with purity. Still, I and some households of Tatsursuna have not been blinded by the matter of Nagamasa's mother, Chiyo, and we trust him. I also remain unwilling to forget the joy of creating the Daitatara Nagamasa with him, and that joy of watching that nameless eccentric perform that sword dance in Katsuragi. 7. Before we withdrew, we should have divided the arsenal key into 3 parts. One for the inspector, one for the armory officer, and one to be left in the Tatsursuna itself to prevent theft. But we were in too much of a hurry, and neither the inspector nor the army officer could be found. So I was so bold as to hide the 3 pieces within the treasure chest in Tatsursuna. Okay. The 7 notes mentioned prior have been scattered across the Tatsursuna area. Among the 7 notes, 6 seem to be of good physical integrity, though they all look quite old, while the last one looks more recent. I believe that the first 6 notes and the last are of different time periods, though the gulf in years between them needs to be verified. The contents of the first 6 should not also be related to each other, as the incidents mentioned are quite consistent with one another. Rumi once mentioned in the Happily Hidden Tales of Tatsursuna, hereafter known as Hidden Tales. Okay, just a note. that in the past, researchers from Sumeru had investigated the cultural histories of Tatsurasuna and Inazuma. Though the place has fallen into some degree of disrepair since the hidden tales were written, things have improved since the time when I wrote my original article. Regardless, what used to be an area of major industry remains a place most inhospitable, and residents of Tatsursuna may be found living and dwelling by the waters. The residents were in question told the researchers of Tatsursuna's golden age centuries ago, when it was administrated by the Armory Officer Niwa, Vice Armory Officer Miyazaki, and Inspector Mikoshi Nagamasa. Yet the elders among the locals with deeper ties to the region also seemed to stress the fact that there were strange rumors surrounding their homeland's past. A great many of these rumors revolved around the yokai, who are also very characteristic of Inazuma's folk histories. A very small number, however, mentioned the word puppet. It should be known that puppets are neither traditional nor common yokai in Inazuma. This fact drew attention of researchers to delve further, and eventually the following pieces of information came to light. A puppet did once appear at Tatsursuna. Its visage was elegant, its apparel impeccable, and the way it dressed hid all the joint lines on its body. As if no one were to mention that it was indeed a puppet, it would be hard to tell at all. Additionally, this puppet seems to possess special joint lines that would fade with time, potentially even disappearing altogether, which would perhaps eventually make the puppet seem entirely human. The name of the puppet was known to almost none. Some folk claimed to have spotted it appearing around Tatsursuna, while others mentioned encountering it in the central regions of the area. Some even claimed that it would frequent the beach. Tales spread of it standing beside the sea and gazing across the waters toward Inazuma City. What it was that the puppet was gazing remains a mystery. As mentioned earlier, the 6 notes all document a certain nameless eccentric. The eccentric, which can also be read as Bukimono, is usually used in Inazuma to refer to a figure who dresses or behaves in a peculiar manner. It is understandable, therefore, why this character would have left such an impression. Should the people of Tatsursuna indeed have had a puppet in their midst in an occurring mass panic, a good possibility, considering the coexistence between yokai and humans and Inazuma at large, that the puppet would have been very likely become a local resident. What is less well known is if the Kabukimono was just another title for this puppet. Perhaps because it was uniquely dressed to distract attention from its more special characteristics. A workable theory, but one that still lacks enough evidence to support it. Now it can be retained as an analytical lens of sorts. A list of individuals related to Tatsursuna have been compiled here based on historical documents from Inazuma. Starting from the administrators, the records are as follows. This is what I was wanting this whole time. Thank you. Finally, huh? Crazy. Armoring Officer, Niwa. Full name, Niwa Hisahide. Hisahide? Yeah. He was the inheritor of the Ishin art and successor to the Niwa clan. His family, along with the Akame and Katahara clans, were together known as the Ishin Sansaku. Okay. So there were 3 major clans who followed the Ishin art. Understood. Niwa, Akame, and Katahara. We knew the Katahara. Records show that Niwa was a modest and intelligent individual who displayed a remarkable talent in the administration of territory and people. Okay. His eventual whereabouts are unknown, but he was suspected to have left Tatsursuna with his family following the incident. Okay. Niwa clan leave at that point? Vice Armory Officer Miyazaki. Full name Miyazaki Hinio. He was Niwa's second in command. His origins are unknown, and he primarily assisted Niwa in forging and personnel management. He was of affable temperament and had many friends in the region, including one, Mikoshi Nagamasa. So Vice Armory was friends with the inspector. The successor of the Mikoshi clan, adopted son to Oni warrior Mikoshi Chiyo, and the younger adopted brother to Mikoshi Michihiro, also known as Iwakura the Successor. With his mother missing and abandoned by his brother, Nagamasa alone bore the family name, striving daily to wipe the shame from their history. Though records state that Mikoshi Nagamasa was a stubborn figure, he was also noted to be a person of moral virtue and integrity. It has been noted in various records that he practiced forging swords for self-cultivation, and specially requested special instruction from Miyazaki to further his capabilities. However, after the famous blade Daitatara Nagamasa was forged, he used it to slay his subordinate Katsuragi for reasons unknown at present. Subordinate Katsuragi. Katsuragi's full name and background remain unknown. Despite all the materials I have sorted through, I have yet to find any more additional personal information regarding him. As one of Mikoshi Nagamasa's subordinates, he was a loyal warrior who had been saved by Nagamasa in his youth. From then on, he swore to stick by his lord through thick and thin and to give his life in service of it was but asked of him. Oh, hello, Valen! Hello, hello! Thank you for the head pat, Redeema. I hope your day is going well. Hope it's going good, dog. Haha! Head pat, head pat, head pat, head pat. We are doing many readings today. Goodness, I think all my stream has been is reading the lore. And I am mildly confused about where this is supposed to go. Why is this relevant to me? I guess we're going to Tatsurasuna? From Sumeru? No idea. Reading stream? Apparently. Sippy. Yeah. I think we're almost done now. From then on, he swore to stick by his lord through thick and thin and to give his life in service if it was but asked of him. And he did give his life. He was just low-key, not so low-key actually, murdered and shoved into a furnace? Is that what I'm hearing? Kabuki Mono. Full name unknown. Background unknown. From the many sources I have compiled combined with Rumi's personal observations, this character might have been the puppet mentioned in the rumors. The Kabuki Mono was a figure of fashionable grace and gentleness. According to the hidden tales, he was brought back to Tatsurasuna by Katsuragi and became a member of the community. When the Kabuki Mono first arrived in Tatsurasuna, he knew nothing of cleaning, cooking, or any work of meticulous nature. The locals taught him their skills over time, showing him how to clean his attire, dance, and craft small trinkets. Records state that Kabuki Mono was there when the Daitatara Nagamasa, we got it this time, was forged. Though his trail ends before Mikoshi Nagamasa slew Katsuragi, I believe that the Kabuki Mono was indeed the aforementioned puppet, and that he quite likely had a hand in Katsuragi's death. It seems that the rest of this paper remains unfinished. One thing is for sure, though, a lot of thought was put into it.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it.
You know what? I agree with him. If this is supposed to be a a research type of thing. It should be an essay approach instead of the creative approach, because the creative approach just seems like it's a folklore or like a mystery novel. It really did read that way, especially because Sawada put in like unnecessary details, including how they walked on the uneven ground. That doesn't matter if you're trying to research something. Cool, interesting story, but it makes it like a story and not an actual occurrence?
Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like,
No.
I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
But if it didn't happen, why would it matter? Aren't you guys supposed to be researchers up in here? What is this? Tall Tale Hour?
Wait, you're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
I second the motion. This is what it's sounding like. Yeah, it sounds more like a novel. What is going on?
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get.
So, you're just going to make it a tall tale novel?
Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
You guys, have fun. Clearly, I'm not going to learn much more from either of you, and I'm going to move on. Yes, we're leaving, right? We're going to go talk to Nahida instead? Yeah?
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
Yeah, have fun. You know, you do you. Bye.
All right, thank you. If you find out any more info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Sure. I'll write you a letter or something. I don't even know where you live or anything like that. I don't know you people. Goodbye. Ciao, bye. Who were those guys?
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
Most certainly, though I do not know quite what nor why.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
Yeah. Well, we couldn't say, if anything, that it was about the balladeer himself. But if we found out any other relevant information, we could probably tell him.
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it? If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
Is he just walking for free?
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Okay.
the balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Yeah? I mean, if Nahida's in charge, does it really matter? Isn't he heading to the Surasana? Yeah. But, what have you been up to about it, no? And Dumpster Bunny, who is also probably hiding in stream here somewhere, somehow. And others that are lurking. I hope you've all had a good day. Oh, there we go. Nah, but seriously, I would move in here. It's so pretty. It's airy aesthetics. Sorry to complete this one level in CRK. CRK. Oh, Cookie Kingdom. Got it. Well, I hope it's going well, Dumpster Bunny. Kick butt.
Professor Paimon, there you are.
It's been too long, Nahida!
Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public.
I'm sure she's well aware.
Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey, buddy.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be lacked up?
Does Nahida seem worried? No.
I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
Whoa! Okay.
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about.
Oh, come on now. We're not that cruel.
But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
Well, that escalated quickly.
I agree.
Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
Scaradouche, do it. You won't? Huh? You scared or something? You got cold feet? Huh? You won't do it? I know you won't. Yeah, that escalated unreasonably quickly.
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
Paimon, this is Nahida. I'm just saying. Who do you think actually kicked his butt? Us? No, Nahida. She's got this, okay? With him, she's fine.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Yeah, I agree with him, actually. Yeah.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us!
Is Paimon jealous? Wait a minute. Are you getting kind of protective of Nahida?
As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal, even with the balladeer.
She did make a deal with the doctor, Ildatore. I mean...
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you, considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
I low-key wrote this. Well then.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
Thanks for not telling me anything, Nahida. I guess you did tell me more than all the other Archons have thus far. At this point, I don't even know why we're trying to talk to the Archons. Why are we bothering? Isn't it a waste of time? Clearly, you're the only one who had some answers.
The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us.
Sheesh.
That puts him in quite a precarious position.
You hear that, buddy? She called you weak.
Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond.
Oh, true.
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore?
Well, he's like right here, you know.
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
Nahida called him weak? Not a threat? Little weak wee? A loser? How are you feeling over there? You good? You good? So he tossed you out like trash. Ildatore is still one of my top 3 favorite characters. Not in a good way, but because he's so interesting and he knows a lot, right? Like, for lore reasons, I'm obsessed to know more about this character. And what he knows.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way.
Well,
Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers.
okay. Well, did you start it that way? No, the organization is probably just like that.
So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Wow. Okay. This is your chill time. I understand. I finally beat the godforsaken level! Congrats, Dumpster Bunny! Yay! Cheer! Cheer here. I'll even do this for you. Woohoo! Nice! Grats, grats. Good job, good job. Really? What a crying shame. Boo-hoo-hoo.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As you should.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
Let's go! Let's go!
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Now hold on. I said I just was wary about people hurting Nahida again. Okay? I did not say I wanted you gonzo Alonzo.
Yeah, obviously! Nahida, don't listen to him!
Nahida, don't listen to Paimon! Okay? Don't listen to Paimon either.
Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Oh, hi, Kiskia! On your way home. Okay. Drive safely, or ride safely, however you get home.
Nahida, are you serious about this?
Why wouldn't she? I don't see a negative in this interaction, really. I mean, she isn't her cut. She's a goddess of wisdom.
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
Nahida! For me?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
True.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that?
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point.
Yeah, if they're our twin, how are they not considered a Descender?
It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am.
But would he have cared to know it? I don't think so. Number one person I need to talk to, Ildatore. I'm sure he would be actually, if he finds out who we are, I don't know if he does or does not know exactly who we are, but he would be intrigued to talk to us too, because we're the Descender. A Descender.
He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era.
Ah.
Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me.
Oh, hi, Yuzu! Hello, hello. Good evening, afternoon, or good morning, depending on what time of day it is for you. Hello, hello. Stingy snackies! Don't think they did it well. Oh, whoops!
He's more familiar with this kind of information and should be able to find it more quickly.
That's true. What if he lies to you? I don't think he'd bother lying anymore. He has no reason to keep any of the Fatui secrets at the moment. He probably doesn't care.
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
Well, he's actually trying to just, mock us? More so than anything else? I guess?
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on.
Yeah. And he doesn't sound particularly loyal to the Fatui anyway.
How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all.
Really? Really?
Our minds have connected several times before.
Oh.
There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns. As Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer.
Yeah.
But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you.
Nahida. Dumpster Bunny in a deep dark corner. Where's Risley? Is that the deep dark corner in your mind, Dumpster Bunny?
If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, then it's worth it.
Aw, thank you, Nahida. Besides, I think there's a lot more to this deal.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Sumeru, best place ever. Let's go. So far.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
Basic me in general, knowing Hoyo men aren't real.
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease.
And maybe we get some answers while we do it. Yeah?
Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
Wait, we're going in? Are we deep diving into Irminsul? I wasn't catching that, you know. Okay. Got it. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Prepare yourselves. I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
We're going into the Matrix. It's happening! Everyone, what's the procedure? It's happening! The Neo part of my name is coming in handy now. What do we do?
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time.
Well, it's very pretty.
The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Oh, when did I learn coding? Years ago. You just don't know it. That's the Neo half of Aerie. Thank you.
I'm in danger!
Hacker eat Neo when she's in a tree. I'm in. You know what I realized, dearest chat? I've never dropped a lore video because I'm lazy. But that's okay. Doing DVD and I got ghosty? I am not surprised. Yeah. Ghostface finally got his camera back. Welcome home, Stinkiskia. Hello. Welcome back. Hello, hello. We're hacking into the Irminsul.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Nah, you see, we were coming in here anyway. Actually, he just sent me to babysit you. And not the way to say this, nor should it have been said.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
Well, he will.
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Ooh. Ooh.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul.
Let's go.
It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru.
We're going even deeper.
Unlike anywhere else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through.
Uh-oh.
I know there are many grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Alright, everyone? Relax. Okay? Relax. Close your eyes. Vibe. Alright? Let it all go. Relaxation. We're good. We're fine. We are remaining calm.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Just relax, Paimon. Relax.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all.
True.
Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open and try not to fall behind.
Did you just call my eyes pretty? Are my eyes pretty? Is that what you think?
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
He is not young. Neither are we. But, I mean, he has more memories of himself than we do, so...
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going.
I got an itchy nose. Yeah.
Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
No, see, the goal here is to just go mentally smooth-brained, alright? It's cool. You met his mother a few streams back, yeah? I know. And also, you're on spring break, Dumpster Bunny. Ooh. You got time, hopefully, to do something?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
I don't see an issue. Just, you know, we got this. Just focus on doing your job. We're fine.
We can start now.
Okay. Zippy.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
We're going in. Chat, what's happening?
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Deep dive, deep dive, deep dive.
Wow.
Whoa.
So this is the inside of Irminsul.
Matrixia of some sort, not like blue at the very least. Different than what I imagined.
Ooh.
Wow.
Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
It's very celestial-y. Cool.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tevat.
Wow.
Every bit of information flowing here means something.
Now, I'm even more curious about the actual setting of this world, of Tevat itself. Because this is giving me very... When we were speaking to the Aeons, whatever, in Honkai Star Rail, okay? And it's very futuristic-y, you know, traveling in space, etc., etc. Is this low-key taking place at the same time? Is it actually? Because Traveler can travel from world to world. From what we can see with Tevat, it looks like it's supposedly like an older setting. But then again, Celestial struck down when they were ever trying to get like further advanced in technology and stuff. It almost really feels like this is the case.
Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Because some things are very advanced, like it's lost technology, which means it's already happened before. I'm cooking here. It's very Castle in the Sky. If you guys have never seen that anime, you should. You really should. They had like golems and stuff like they have here in Tevat. And the castle's well in the sky. And it has all this like ancient technology that works. It's like very advanced that modern tech did not have. Even though modern tech is supposedly more advanced, it was not nearly as advanced in the way that they were. It's the vibes I'm getting.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
'Cause you're stinky? Now move on, Paimon! This is much more important than what he is saying.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Oh, even further.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Wow.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
This is almost very Avatar state, Palladeer. You don't get it. You don't understand.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would happen?
Get lost forever. Fall into the abyss. Don't fall off the path.
What are you smirking at?
Well,
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
he's not wrong. I almost want to go off the path now, though, just to see what happens. Oh, it won't let me. Boo! Oh, come on!
These sapling things have spread out.
Fragments have dissipated.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
What? The location's changed. Look like we've been transported to another path. Is he dispersing them himself then?
It looks the same in every direction.
The space is indeed unusual, but it seems like the Palladeer is more used to it than I thought.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
Everything?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
Do your hacking thing, Neo, so you win your 50/50s from now on and get 5 stars and low pity. Alright, while I'm in the Irminsul, I got it. Alright, anybody else in chat want some good 50/50 draws? You want guarantees? Crazy, I can do it. I can do it. I'm in the system. I'm in here now. I got us.
What a huge tree!
This is the center of Irminsul. All the information in the world is flowing through it.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
He likes Nahida, okay? And I understand completely. He hasn't put up any resistance, and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had a similar role in the Fatui. First Akaba and Sawada's stories, now this. What a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Well, we can't even take a look around, so might as well just stand here.
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Oh, sure, yeah. Nahida? Was this a telepathic conversation?
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Okay, sure. I guess so.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
It's a direct link, I suppose. I'm guessing that you don't want us to disturb the Balladeer. No, yeah, don't do it. Psychic friend Nahida!
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
It's a nice thing, really.
Paimon's never tried this before. This is great!
Just don't think anything, less than savory.
So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction? He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Well, there's a stereotype for that, Nahida. Not Nahida, Paimon. Nahida would definitely be a psychic grass-type Pokemon. Not the Nahida Pokemon angle. Yes, and he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for others.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
Is it about his past? The betrayals and the other events in Inazuma?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
I guess that's one way to call it. Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into Hypatia, Paradise DI. You relate what you saw in the Balladeer's mind.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Well, he's bitter. Duh. Why do you guys always assume these people don't have emotions? Usually you should assume they have emotions first, and then, if they have no reaction for a significant amount of time, like if he's an angry, sarcastic person, clearly that's a sign of emotion. Come on, team, get it together!
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into 2 people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
Oh, that's a good question. Wait, OMG, what is it now, Dumpster Bunny? What is it, Huh? Zippy. Oh, did you discover the new emote? Yappers! There was a repo mod. Yeah, no, I don't like Rowdy Repo that much. Only the reason why I would do it is to have more friends to be able to join. Yes, I discovered the new emote. Isn't it cute? Isn't it cute?
If you mean the mysterious events, the kabuki mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Let's go, Nahida. Now, are you going to tell us about it? That's the caveat. Yeah? You gonna tell us?
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatara Suna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Aw, thank you, Yuzu. You just say that because I'm crunkly. Because I'm silly goober. You tell Nahida about the story of Kaba and Sabada were writing.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
Okay, there we go. Nahida complimented them. They would... they would be so happy to hear that.
So the Gesse got it right?
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatara Suna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Well, I mean, we can ask you too, but you're busy. We didn't want to disrupt you.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
Listen, I still don't agree that we're so hostile with him. I don't see a reason to be, personally. If you don't know the history of another person, and they're not even, like, that rude to you, like, he's not that rude, he's just being a little sarcastic, right? It's whatever. I don't see the reason to be hostile. I really don't. From my point of view, as a player, I would like to talk to the Fatui much more than I would want to go do a random errand for a random citizen in a town. You know what I'm saying? Right? Like, why would I care about this random citizen if I am on a mission to find my twin, a mission to figure out what is going on with Tavat, and to get the heck off this planet again? I would not be spending my time helping a random citizen number A67. I wouldn't care. Being honest, I would not care. I would talk to the Balladeer. Sure, we fought. It's over now. Whatever. I would go talk to Ildatore, number one person I would want to talk to. The Sritza. What's his face? Who's in charge of the Fatui currently? I don't know his name off the top of my head. The dragons, if there's any still around. The Archons seem to be very, tight-lipped about information, unless they're Nahida so far, for me. So I would ignore almost, if they didn't give me a decent answer within 2 days, I would move on. I'm like, okay, clearly you're not gonna tell me what I want to know, bye. I just don't see a reason to be hostile towards him. It's over.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Today's enemies can be tomorrow's allies. It's that easy. It really is.
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
Did we not pre-inform him that there is something about my twin in there? And hi, Bennett! Hello. Bennett Funny, y'all. Hello.
Wait, how did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
No, the Fatui did.
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Sippy. conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought. I don't think he's an issue.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself, and making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
Okay. Oh, we got something. We got
This
something.
light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Information packet?
Anonymous data.
Anonymous?
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Calm down. He's busy.
Shh. Just wait.
See?
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Enter the furnace? Is it a portal? Alright, who's in incognito mode? I was. Haha, it was me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
That name. Niwa was the man in charge of Tatarasuna. Plus, he belongs to the lineage of Ishin art.
Whoa!
Okay. Why is this coming up now? Uh-oh, Trippy. Huh?
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else.
What?
Under your leadership, Tatara Suna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatara Suna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished,
Oh?
giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy.
Why, as soon as you woke up in this backstory, we immediately get feedbacks of the two. Intense zoom in. Why not? You know, I guess. Why not? Not the feet. Got you.
Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Your attire does not look right. Uh-huh.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale.
Said skills. I tried blacksmith training already. Well, I don't have those skills, I know for sure. I understand that there is some setup for Fontaine Quest. This guy. Right here. I can tell you right now. This guy.
You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique.
Okay. So this is about technological advancement. Oddly enough, this is what I'm catching.
Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
I like how instead of playing Genshin and progressing, I'm watching other people play Genshin and progressing. Listen, I used to do that all the time. I understand completely. It's like, I could do this, but this is fun!
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
Because we are also significantly behind in Genshin, as you can tell. It is curious how far you are now.
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way.
I like how he has the little red piece in his hair. Like Harehara? Kazuha? Because of the Ishin art.
What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate.
So the black smoke wasn't about the storm? Okay. Interesting. But yeah, look at his cute little red piece. Like Kazuha. Isn't it cute? After meeting Zatori for the first time? Not far. Oh, cool. Okay. So you're actually not that far from me, low-key, Bennett.
And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun.
What?
This is our last hope.
What is this supposed to mean then?
But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
'Cause he expected it to happen. Of course.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
Ooh. Okay.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand.
Oh?
If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
Escher himself, the name Escher, was never mentioned in any of these stories so far. Was he a different name in the story? Golden Feather in present time is just Traveler's blonde hair. Oh. Well.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
That's what I'm saying. He's well versed in the politics that are going on around here. For someone who's only interested in the supposed mechanics.
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher.
Ooh! Let's go, Niwa!
I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside.
Wow.
Probably to my death.
Wow, okay.
But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Get lost already then, Escher. So the forge itself is causing a significant amount of black smoke that is causing death to others. And he was like, okay, I agreed to work with you, and do whatever processing power, etc., in order to forge these weapons. So I am mildly at fault. Let me take responsibility. But who is Escher, and why was he never mentioned?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
I wish I could see the VAs for some of these NPCs. Neo's voice is giving Ian Bakugo. Oh.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked.
So it is a setup. Interesting.
I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Just stab him in the back. I was worried about this weapon. I'm still worried about this weapon.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
Miwa! What?
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for.
So...
I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them.
Them?
Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias,
Oh.
and that I was not from Fontaine at all.
Okay. Okay. I was wondering about this. I was like, it's an alias.
And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Wait, there's
Did
no
you
way.
really think you would be able to see through my plan?
I was gonna say there's no way. I know that effect anywhere. Oh my god.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh my god. But the Archons themselves.
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Chat. This got so much better. The manipulation makes so much more sense now. Excuse me? I mean, poor Niwa, but whoa!
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this.
Oh, well, they will.
They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
That is a good question.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
And what? Manipulation? What are we trying to accomplish here?
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
He's been fucking around and finding out forever ago. I love it. I mean, I hate it. Oh, how terrible.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
And this is a game to him.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's not in his nation. Oh my goodness!
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise.
Wow.
My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind.
Okay. Interesting. It was gonna be whoever probably was the most convenient opportunity. I don't think he would care who his actual target was. Oh, is it their actual VA? Did you find him? Dumpster Bunny? Really?
It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
What? Wait.
Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. Full stop. Wait. 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 Doctor, wait. Wait. Hold on. Excuse me. Hello? Huh?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
And he's gonna tell him the exact opposite. Well, R.I.P. Niwa. And yeah, Dumpster Bunny, I heard it there now. In this section, I hear it.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat.
Wow. Honestly, that's a really good line. I mean, it's a shame. People who are easily trusting and believing of others, naive, right, do get taken advantage of very easily. He's kind of right about that, though. He's like, well, you were a very easy target. It did not have to be you, but you were very convenient. Wow. He's like, yeah, call me a demon. Call me whatever.
I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible.
And he lied to him. If he did give him his heart, supposedly?
Mr. Niwa,
Wow.
already dead. What a pity.
Wow, that's just pouring salt on the wound you gave him. Sheesh.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Wow. He's gone to every nation and styled on every single one. This is... Well, not every nation, but like, he probably has! Has he... long's he been at this stuff?
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade.
Oh.
And if not, let's turn him to dust.
So, Dottore is the one who recruited him? So, what? Oh. How do you feel about this, buddy? How do you feel about this knowledge now? Because I assume you were great friends with them all, right?
Hey, are you alright?
Uh-oh. Well, he's definitely not going back to Fatui now. He knows everything.
Dottore. Dottore!
Uh-oh. I think we're gonna have problems here. Oh, wait, but now he's pissed off inside the Irminsul. Oh, that's really not good. You're breaking the Matrix! Wait!
Good. Good.
Well, it only solidified his current actions.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
He was the one behind the accident of the Tatsurasuna the whole time. I did not expect that plot twist. I have to admit, I did not expect that plot twist.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Well, okay. Go, Nahida.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
In the grand scheme of things, it's already in the past, I suppose.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means, even more so than I.
This betrayal was a lie that he has believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the doctor's experiment? Everything's his plan. Everything. I think I have a thing for overly smart characters. Because I also really like Aizen, despite everything he's done. It's fascinating. Everything's a part of their plan. Everything's a part of his experiment. You know what I mean? Maybe I do. Huh. If the betrayal never happened, it existed only in his imagination. But where does this leave him? Even more embittered? Realistically, it does not change anything. He is currently on this current path that he is, right? Already against the Fatui. And he already hated the doctor because he betrayed him now, but he already technically caused a lot of the betrayal that Wanderer already felt years ago. His current feelings should not change. It just solidified.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Okay, let's go over there. Yeah, at least he knows Niwa never betrayed him. That's the biggest point.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
How the hell did Mama get on that list? I also like silly, crunkly, funny people. I have a wide variety of personalities I like, okay? Okay?
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, The doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began.
Katsuragi, that wasn't Niwa. Took the Kabukimono, Wanderer, to live with the people of Tatsurasuna. Cool. And then Doctor showed up.
It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future.
Wow. I wonder if he planned on meeting Wanderer or not. Or if it was just a convenient timing. Alright guys, hello, we're back. Nom nom. Hello, snack. Hello, team! Hello, hello! Alright, Chmon.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you? How are you? I seen you had a dance party! And I wasn't invited, crazy. And then a sippy. Good sipping! Alright, team, back into it though.
Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject.
Yeah! Clearly!
After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process.
Oh.
The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?" The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants.
That's why there was no history, because the servant didn't exist? Is that what it is? But it was Niwa's heart. Oh.
The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth.
And it still was technically a cursed thing, because it was through murder.
He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
But did he never look for Niwa? Did he just completely believe the mechanic? Was he really that naive back then? That's so sad. Low-key. But, you know, I'm kind of surprised he didn't go look for Niwa for an explanation or like a confrontation of any sort.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
It brings back to what the doctor was saying before, though, about how easy it was to manipulate them all. Because he just told a bold-faced lie to the balladeer, to Wanderer, and he believed him without checking any facts. He didn't go ask or confront Niwa about anything. He didn't okay, then, who was the servant? Nothing. Being betrayed and abandoned by a close friend is sure to cause great resentment. Now we know what was behind his decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden 100 years ago. Well, I mean, well, but it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision. Of course not.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Totoro, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
He was gonna come with some words. He had some words for Totoro. Hey, buddy, you good? You know. No, you're not. A little while later.
Shall we see how he's doing?
Well, he's not doing great regardless of everything and anything whatsoever, but,
Hey, you alright?
You see, that's a question we should not ask, really. We know the obvious answer is no.
That's a scary expression.
Dumpster bunny, ah!
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
Look how silly we're being. You just don't want to make sure this doesn't affect the plan. Come on, we care about him. Stop being goofy.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
No, you said my twin was listed in here, right? Thanks for looking.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Okay, yeah. Hit it.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
Huh?
The heavens responded?
The summoning?
The jester told me this himself.
Oh.
You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
So they're homies? Yeah. So, here you go. He went to Conria first when our twin went to Conria, first destination when they arrived in this world. When they arrived in the world. This world because the heavens responded to the summoning. And they were roommates? Huh. Why?
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this.
I still want to know to the extent of why Celestia decided to strike down Conria. What were they doing? Like, they decided that Conria had to go, like the entire place. Like, we know some things, but what was their true, full reason?
Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very much so. Very much so.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Sure, go for it.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long.
Is this a 1v1 conversation now? One-on-one?
I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
If I can answer it, sure.
Give me your hand.
Okay, that's weird. Alright. Just don't crush it or something.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Are you trying to brainwash me? What? No.
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
In this world? Interesting. Is it? Is it? Why would you ask that? Now I'm intrigued.
Done.
I wonder if it really is. That question alone just sparked so many more questions. But it... I know it seems like it's more of a question because he regrets the past of what happened to Niwa and the others and what he's done. But from a different perspective, I think that has some weight to it. Especially if you take into account of Ildatora saying the sky is fake type of thing.
Huh? What the? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Poor Sippy. Wait, that look. Did he see me hesitate? Well, that was because I don't know about Greater Lord Rugavada. Oh, because I know about. That's true. That's right. Technically, the past did change because of Irminsul manipulation. Greater Hill? I think...
So long.
Oh.
I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
It didn't let me read that one. I think by not denying it immediately, I gave him the answer he needed. Because I didn't think about it that way. We did technically manipulate the past. Because we erased Greater Lord Rugavada's memory in this world. It was manipulated. But it did not change the outcomes of what happened. History as we as people know, changed, but the actual outcomes did not change. Bye, Blanket Box! Meowdy Tutu!
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Wait a minute,
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Excuse me, who do you think you are?
From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Oh, is he erasing? No way. Wait. Is he?
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
I don't think that's how that works, though.
Hey, Balladeer! Don't do anything stupid!
Just because you erase yourself from history does not change the outcome. How's the Genshin today? Very interesting.
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are.
Aww.
But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer!
this anymore. How dare you?
Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
I don't think we can.
Oh no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
Tell Nahida everything that happened.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Oh, okay. At least we still have our guide. That's what matters to me. Oh. Would you to see a tree that bright? Would I what? Want to see a tree that bright?
We're out. And we're at, an inn or something?
Are we out?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
Uh-oh. Is there anything I could do?
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Yeah, I totally know what's happening, TBH. I really actually do. I'm pretty sure he's gonna erase himself. Mama doesn't remember Greater Lord Rugurvada, and the Balladeer's question was a strange one. It's hard to explain in full, and the truth might be very distressing for Paimon. I am going to be the solo person to remember. No, Dumpster Bunny! No, not again! Not the Sub-Zero Festival! No! I'll skip the part about Greater Lord Rugurvada's return now, and focus on the Balladeer.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible!
It's not easy, that's for sure. But changing the past here from our knowledge does not change the outcome of things. Even if his memory's gone, the memory of him is gone.
Right! You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life.
Well, it depends. You see, currently, in Honkai Star Rail, we're in Amphorius. There might be some timey-wimey funny things going on. For the world of Teyvat, and the way Celestia is handling the world of Teyvat, there is a high possibility that time is manipulated here as well. I'm just saying. I'm beginning to feel that way. With the Abyss Order, Carnia, Celestia, the technology here, the golems. Yeah, it's a little...
It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Even if no one was here to see it, you would remember drinking it, and it would still be gone. That's what I mean. The outcome would still be the same, unless we can actually truly change the past, and that'd be very interesting.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do. Oh, Paimon's so confused.
Wants to erase himself from history.
Huh?
Huh? Paimon! What?
Sorry, Paimon accidentally... It's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress. But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
I'm just guessing here. We're not gonna answer. Yeah, see, not necessarily, but maybe.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to.
Don't worry.
And it's still not working.
He will probably succeed, is my guess. And don't worry, Paimon, you'll forget about your mental stress very soon. You're still in a dreamscape? How many times do I have to fight the music thing? She is annoying. I don't know what music thing you're referring to. So.
Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Well, almost everyone. Indeed, if the Balladeer does erase himself from Irminsul, many people in Inazuma will be affected. I can imagine what that situation would look like. What I'm really interested in now is if Ildatore will remember these things. Because he constantly uploads his memory to save it elsewhere to, like, be able to, right, to have himself a new body and stuff. So if he separates that memory of, like, the Balladeer and the Greater Lord Rugavada and other things that have been forgotten, would he still have access to it? Or would it also be affected? Because right now, it seems like only the Descenders probably aren't affected because we're not in Irminsul as well. Interesting. Having a problem with my sleepiness, and it's looking like it's an even match for now. Oh no, Eepy, bunny. Worst case scenario, it will affect everyone with a connection to the right in Gokudan. Kazuha, Ayaka, Ayato. Will this mean they'll disappear? No, it's not that deep, Traveler. Not like that.
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next?
Vibe? Get lunch?
Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Says Paimon 5 minutes later, passed out.
So, how about, we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here.
Shut up, Paimon. Stop talking about sleep. She's trying to lull you. She's trying to make you go eepee-on.
Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish.
Really?
Oh, and chicken mushroom skewers.
Okay, I like that one.
Pancakes,
Ooh.
cream stew, sauteed matsutake,
Ooh, matsutake!
and Dragon chili chicken.
Now I'm
almond
hungry.
tofu, satisfying salad.
Hey, wait a minute. You know I haven't eaten yet. First, Paimon's talking about sleep because Dumpster Bunny's eepy. Now she's talking about food because she knows I'm hungry. This is making me even more hungry.
Also, Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup, and...
Paimon? This is interesting. We are seeing it from Paimon's POV. Very unique. Okay. Paimon, what's wrong?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now?
He succeeded!
Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about.
Yeah.
What was it again?
You're getting worried about the situation with Balladeer that you started listing foods. Yeah.
The Balladeer?
There it is. In broad daylight.
Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name though.
Paimon doesn't remember the Balladeer? That must mean he actually pulled it off. But how did he have that ability? This doesn't make sense. That is a good question. He was able to actually deep dive into the Irminsul and delete his memory, or the memory of him.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
See, it really is like the Matrix then. Because anything the Irminsul is connected to, anybody who is from Teyvat itself is manipulated by the Irminsul. That is such a huge power. Which means it controls everything. Everything. But how much control does it actually have? If everyone's brains, even if they're not from Sumeru, are connected to it. It's nothing, don't worry your head about it. You wouldn't be able to.
So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
No, it's cool. Don't worry about it. I was just talking about things, like ballet. Balladeer, ballet. I was talking about a ballet performance. If this is really happening, I need to know what else has changed.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
Oh! I want to go back to Inazuma. That is true. If we go confirm some things that have been manipulated over there now, to see to what extent he was able to change.
Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Let's get over there first. I'll talk about it later, maybe. Lumine's like, I'm not spoiling, but it's really smart how he did it. Amanoma and Togo? Oh, hello? Ooh, commission. Don't mind if I do. We also have all these other events we need to get to.